The information being used in this video is for information and educational purposes. Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, teaching, education, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permit by the copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. A copy of Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976 shall be attached to this video. Hello, everyone. So this is a recall video. A lot of people have been discussing the parasite that's going around right now. It is pronounced Cyclosporiasis. Sorry, that is what it's called. I actually had to start this video over because I have multiple screens. I put my laptop on the multiple screens and it kept flickering off or on, and then it turned off the video. So I'm starting it over. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but this article is from yesterday from NPR, which is a pretty well-known and credited news reporting website. This is from July 12th, 2026, which is just yesterday. Basically, they still do not know where the parasite is coming from. If you see here, according to the CDC, as of Thursday, there have been 86 hospitalizations nationwide and no deaths. People can contract the illness by eating food or drinking water contaminated with the parasite. Previous outbreaks have been linked to fresh produce. In 2018, McDonald's removed salads from restaurants in 14 states after federal health officials linked them to dozens of cases of this parasite, and tainted lettuce imported from Mexico was suspected to have sickened 400 people. It's typical for, let me pronounce it, Cyclosporiasis infections to rise in the spring and summer, but the CDC said Friday that multiple states have reported a large jump in cases over the previous 2 weeks than they had during the same period last year. Why are the infections occurring? Health officials from California to Texas to Florida have reported cases of this parasite since the start of May. Some of the hardest hit areas appear to be in the Midwest, Northeast, including Michigan and New York. The Ohio Department of Health reported 177 cases as of July 2nd. Most of which, so I'm trying to turn down my phone because it keeps giving me notifications. Close all this. Most of which occurred in June. Dr. Bruce Vanderhoff, director of the Ohio Department of Health, said the parasite is a serious illness that can cause dehydration, require people to seek emergency medical care, and it should be taken seriously. According to the CDC, sickened individuals range from the ages of 5 to 88. What causes the outbreak? That is still unclear. The CDC says it is continuing to try to identify the source or sources of the recent surge of the parasite or of the infections. Investigators do that in part by interviewing those who've become sick to find out what they've eaten, but since the symptoms can appear anywhere between 2 days and 2 weeks or more after a person was infected, they may not remember everything they ate during that period. It says previous U.S. outbreaks of this parasite have been associated with raspberries, basil, cilantro, snow peas, and lettuce, according to the Food and Drug Administration. How to prevent it? Cooking produce is an effective way to avoid the infection, as heating food to 158 degrees Fahrenheit or higher kills the cyclospora. Um, it says here public officials also suggest that people thoroughly wash all of their fresh produce, including herbs, through the parasite. Though the parasites are not easy to rinse off, excuse me. It is also important for home cooks to observe standard food and food safety rules. Anyone who suspects they've been sickened with cyclosporitis and is experiencing dehydration, excuse me, or severe diarrhea is encouraged to seek a doctor. They say usually it is treated with antibiotics. So that's the latest and greatest from NPR on the parasite that is going around right now. Um, so that's what I have. I wish I had more information for you. Also, having issues with the FSIS website, that's the Food Safety Inspection and Service website. I was trying to look at it yesterday. I thought it would get better, but it's not really pulling up recalls. But the U.S. Food and Drug Administration is always also a good website to look up. So to go back, I'm only going back to the 1st of July. So we're going to start with this one, which is Una Fisheries Company Ltd. Issues an allergy alert on undeclared wheat, soy, and sesame in certain frozen olive, flounder, sashimi products. Okay, so basically this recall was on July 1st, which we are now on July 13th. So they announced it. It says that the packets, basically, the frozen fish or flounder accompanies soy sauce and vinegar red pepper paste packets. They contain wheat, soy, and sesame that were not declared in English on the individual condiment packets. Okay, that's what's going on. So here it's just telling you what they look like, what the product is. Sliced Korean halibut with soy sauce, wasabi, vinegar, chili, and paste. That best before date was 5/7/2026. It's in a fish-shaped plastic tray with paper sleeve and includes in the condiment packets of soy sauce, vinegar, red pepper paste, and wasabi. The next one is sliced Korean halibut with soy sauce, wasabi vinegar chili paste. They're both halibut, I guess, but the best by dates and the net weight are different. The best before date for this one is 7/11/2026, which already passed, and then 12/8/2026. Let's see. If you want more information, if you have questions, you can contact Una Fisheries Company Ltd. The telephone number is 8251-831-1622 is international. The email address is right here. Their hours of operation, Mountain Time GMT, Mountain Time. And this is what the product looks like. Sliced Korean halibut. Was this page helpful? Yes. Let's submit it. Okay. So let's go on to the next, because unfortunately I wasted like half an hour. And I'm so sorry. I thought I was recording and it wasn't. And hopefully you guys can hear me, because that has happened before. So the next one, oh, this is a shampoo. So FDA gives you recalls on everything. I do recalls on food since I'm a gardener, but yeah, there is a shampoo right here. The next one is called Fusia. Gilbert Global Group issues allergy alert on undeclared tuna. Why is my phone still doing this? Sorry. On undeclared tuna fish in Aldi brand, I guess that's pronounced Fasua, Asian Inspirations, Kimchi, and Tofu Kimbap. Okay. So this one was announced on July 2nd. It product contains undeclared fish, tuna. Okay. So Gilbert Global Group of Elizabeth, New Jersey is recalling 8.1-ounce packages of Aldi brand Fusia or Fuchsia, I cannot pronounce it, Asian inspirations kimchi and tofu kimbap because they may contain undeclared fish tuna. People who have an allergy or severe sensitivity to fish run the risk of serious or life-threatening allergic reaction if they consume this product. The recall of the Asian inspirations kimchi and tofu kimbap was distributed to select Aldi retail stores in the states of Connecticut, Washington, D.C., Delaware, Louisiana, Maryland, Maine, Massachusetts, North Carolina, New Hampshire, New York, Ohio, Oklahoma, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, South Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, Virginia, Vermont, West Virginia. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 states. The product is packaged in 8.1-ounce sealed microwave-safe plastic wrapper and marked with best if used by date of October 8, 2027. No illnesses have been reported to date in connection with this problem. And the recall was initiated after a consumer discovered that the fish-containing product was distributed in packaging that did not reveal the presence of fish. Subsequent investigation indicates the problem was caused by a temporary breakdown in the company's production and packaging procedures that has subsequently been corrected. Consumers who have purchased the packages from Aldi brand Fuchsia Asian Inspirations are urged to return it to the place of purchase for a full refund. This is what the product looks like. Here's the company contact information, 908-351-8000. Here is the email address. This is what the packaging looks like, kimchi and tofu. So basically it's in a sushi wrap. Yes, it was helpful. Let's move on. The next one is dog food. I do not do pet food, but Pedigree, if you watch my channel, please go to the FDA website. Pedigree has a recall on high protein chopped chicken and duck flavor wet dog food. It says potential foreign plastic contamination. This was as of July 2nd. Let's move on to the next one, which is called Greenwise. Frutas, is this in Spanish? Frutas y Hortalitas del Sur SA initiates, yeah, that's all Spanish, initiates recall of frozen Greenwise organic IQF blueberries due to potential E. coli 0145 contamination. This is why we grow our own food. The company announced it July 3rd. FDA published it on July 7th. Remember, that was a holiday weekend. Possible E. coli contamination. And this is for organic frozen blueberries, 10 ounce. Okay. July 3rd. I'm not going to try to read that again. A San Carlos, Chile, in San Carlos, Chile, is recalling frozen Greenwise organic IQF blueberry 10 ounce because it may be contaminated with Escherichia coli. How to pronounce it? I never pronounce it right, you guys. Escherichia. Let's see.
Escherichia coli. Escherichia coli.
Escherichia coli.
Escherichia coli.
You guys saw it for yourself. I'll put it in there. Okay. E. coli 0145 is a sugar toxin producing E. coli, like a Staphylococcus, STEC, that causes illness characterized by severe stomach cramps, diarrhea, which may be bloody, and vomiting. While most Healthy individuals recover within a week. Some infections may result in a serious complication known as hemolytic uremic syndrome, HUS, particularly in young children, older adults, and individuals with weakened immune systems. The recalled product was shipped to Publix retail stores throughout 8 states, including Alabama, Florida, Georgia, Kentucky, North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, and Virginia. Consumers should check their freezers for the affected product. The affected product lot is product frozen Greenwise organic IQF blueberries, package size 10 ounce. Lot code 60401. Best buy date is February 9th, 2028. No other lot codes or best buy dates are affected by this recall. There have been reports of 12 confirmed cases of consumers experiencing stomach illness between May 11th, 2026 and June 5th, 2026, linked to E. coli infections. After receiving reports of consumers experiencing digestive illnesses and having consumed Greenwise frozen blueberries as part of their diet, Frutas y Horta, I'm not going to pronounce this, has decided to initiate the recall. Consumers who have frozen Greenwise blueberry products with the affected lot date should not consume it. The product should be discarded or returned to the place of purchase for a full refund. Know what Precious does? Return it, get my money back, because we all broke. Okay, so the company is working closely with the appropriate regulatory authorities and its consumers regarding this recall. The company has instructed all customers receiving the affected lot to immediately isolate the product, discontinue its distribution, and notify any downstream customers who may have received the affected lot. Food safety remains a top priority for the company. The company is committed to protecting consumers and is conducting a thorough investigation into the source of presumptive finding. Additional information will be provided as it becomes available. Consumers and customers with questions regarding this product may call info.foodsafety@comfruit.com or 336-899-5612, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Media contact is Joshua Wise. Email joshuawise@comfruit.com. Link to FDA outbreak. You can get the link here. Consumer contact information, I already gave you that. And this is what it looks like. This is the packaging Greenwise. Huh? And this is at Publix, you guys. Was this page helpful? Yes, it was. Okay, I think we're going to have 2 more. So the next one was on July 7th. It's called Ola Ola. I think I've seen this brand before. Ola Ola, a Fasu Inc. DBA, Yasul International Foods recalls Ola Ola pounded yam due to undeclared milk allergen. The company announced it on the 6th. FDA published it on the 7th. Pounded yam. Fayus Inc., doing business as Yasul International Foods in Sacramento, California, is voluntarily recalling Ole Ole pounded yam because the product may contain undeclared milk in the form of sodium caseinate, which is not declared on the label. The recall is being initiated as a result of an internal investigation discovering that some packaged Ole Ole pounded yam have been distributed in packaging that did not disclose the presence of sodium caseinate derived from milk dairy allergen. A subsequent investigation found that the issue resulted from a temporary breakdown in the company's production and packaging processes. People who have an allergy or severe milk sensitivity to milk run the risk of serious or life-threatening allergic reaction if consumed. No illness or injuries have been reported to date in connection with this issue. Ole Ole yam, pounded yam, was distributed through distribution outlets between December 2025 and May 2026 in Canada, Australia, and the following United States: California, Georgia, Illinois, New Jersey, New York, and Texas. The recall product is packaged in a clear bag. See attached picture, which I'll get to below. The recall product can be identified by the expiration date, November 2028 through May 2029. Consumers should check expiration date on the front of the packaging. This recall only applies to products with expiration dates of November 2028 through May 2029, with the dairy allergen not listed. So it says the company is working to apply dairy allergen warning stickers to affected products. Any questions or exchange requests? Consumers with a milk allergy or sensitivity should not consume the affected product. They may return it to the place of purchase for an exchange for a correctly labeled product or warning sticker label product. What about my money? Give me my money back. This is what it looks like. Ole ole. Was this helpful? Yes, it was. Okay, last one. Kongguan Corporation issues recall of, is that glutinous rice balls with black sesame filling due to undeclared peanuts. This was issued, the company announced it today, FDA published it today. Okay. Kongguan Corporation is recalling specific lots of, I think that's glutinous rice balls with black sesame filling because they may contain undeclared peanuts. People who have an allergy or severe sensitivity to peanuts run the risk of serious or life-threatening allergic reactions if they consume these products. Product details: glutinous rice balls with black sesame seed filling. Packaging is 14.1 ounce bag. Here's the code. Date code 10/19/27. Distribution is, I'm not going to read all that. No illnesses have been reported to date. The recall was initiated after a customer reported suspected peanut content in the product, which had been distributed in packaging that did not disclose the presence of peanuts. Consumers who purchase the affected product are urged not to consume it and should return it to the place of purchase for a full refund. If you want to contact the company, the number here is 877-889-8968. And this is what it looks like. Here's a photo of it and the back of it. Was this page helpful? Yes, it was. Okay, so that is it for the recalls. Whenever I do them, I only go back usually to the beginning of that month. I used to do it regularly at least once a month. Now I do the recalls probably once a quarter, and I think it's been longer than that, unfortunately. I can look up, let's go to FSIS. See, it's acting food and safety, recall, public health risk level, like recalls. I can click on recalls and it's not really like this is, okay, here's one. This is fun. Okay, I'll do these two. FIS issues public health alert for boneless chicken breast product due to misbranding and undeclared allergens. See, and it comes up like that. It's acting very weird. This one's from June 25th. The U.S. Department of Agriculture's Food and Safety Inspection is issuing a public health alert for raw boneless chicken breast products due to misbranding and undeclared allergens. The product contains eggs, a known allergen which is not declared on the product label. A recall was not requested because the product is no longer available. I'll show you what the product looks like. Honey Dijon. FW Farms LLC product label. That's what it looks like. And here's the use by date. The problem was discovered by a retailer after a store employee identified the correct label was applied to the front of the product, but the incorrect label, which contained the ingredient statement, was applied to the back of the product. The retailer reported the issue to the producing establishment, and the establishment notified FSIS. That one was simple. Company contact information is FW Farms LLC customer service right there. And media contact, of course, is Congressional Public Affairs Meredith Carruthers. And there is the email address. Let me try the next one, which is this one. FSIS issues public health alert for ready-to-eat beef jerky product due to misbranding and undeclared allergen. This was on July 3rd. Let's see. The product contains wheat, a known allergen, which is not declared on the product label. A recall was not requested because the product is no longer available for purchase. It is a ready-to-eat beef jerky item, was produced on various days from August 7, 2025 to July 1st, 2026. The problem was discovered during a routine FSIS label review. There have been no confirmed reports of adverse reactions due to the consumption of this product. Anyone concerned about a reaction should contact a healthcare provider. Here's the company information. Good Times Beef Jerky, Allison Moore, owner-operator, 405-550-7657, goodtimesjerky@gmail.com. And the media contact is Congressional Public Affairs, Keith Kamosinski. And that's the email address. So that is it. I'll ask you all to please stay safe. And as I always say, please find peace within yourself and please be peaceable with everyone around you. And if you can, try to grow as much as your own groceries as you can. We all can't grow and do everything, but it does help when you try to grow your own and just try to be as natural as you possibly can be. And wash your hands and clean your food. I love you all. Have a good evening.